Okay, I'm going to do another attempt here at the restore in my kitchen area here, which has seen a lot of use. And like the window edges here, the terracotta stone is as you can see, let me get a reflection here, a lot of pits and stuff in it. We did the windows a while back. They're probably dirty today in another video, but I'm going to use the same technique. And I'm going to just start with this little quarter section here. And then if it progresses good, I'll take it all the way down to the other side and do its counter on the other end as well. But you got to start somewhere. So everybody shoved down to one end so I can start work. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do is clean it off, soap and water, so to speak, and then we'll go from there. Okay, just finished washing it with soap and water, basically using that scrubber right there, just getting the surface down. Now I'm going to use vinegar 9% and mix it down a little with water and scrub it with this thing real hard. So we'll see where we go. Okay, just stopping after a couple swipes through, using the coarse scrubber in the mixture of vinegar and water, using gloves, by the way. And also, before I get away from it, using towels around the floor so you don't stain a concrete floor or whatever. But anyway, because vinegar will stain a hole in it. Believe me, I've done it already. And I'm going to keep doing it until when I wipe, after going over it and I get a dirty towel like this, I'm going to do it again. So I've done it twice so far, and I'll keep going until it comes out relatively clean on the wipe down with using a Scott towel. I forgot to add that with it still soaked with the vinegar after scrubbing real good, I take my X-Acto, or what do you call it, razor blade knife, perfect tool if you don't have one, and seriously just go to it over here. You know, anywhere. What you're seeing here is already gone through, but I wanted to show you how much you'll get off that you didn't get off with using this. And then we'll just use a wet rag and, I don't know, a Scott towel, put it away, and come through here and wipe it off. And that's how much we got off. So we're taking off years of pre-grime. This house is over 20, I don't know, 28 years old or so. But the tile at the top here, we kind of finished, and that's what you kind of get when you're done. And don't worry about all that porous look to it, because that will all get filled in with our oil that we use. So I'm going to do the next 2 squares and then finish the 3 squares up there. And we'll go next. Alright, I finished getting them as clean as I could, where again the Scott towel comes out with hardly any dirt on it. Both upper and lower, those 3 squares. So we're getting ready for the next phase, which will be to add teak oil. And I'm going to use just an application brush with it. When you use teak oil, you're not supposed to shake it, but you know, you should roll it like this gently before you use it to pre-mix it. So just for wise. And then I'm just going to go straight in the can, from the can, pour a dap on there and then paint it all out, including the grouting lines and everything. I'm not going to do the wood yet at this point, and I might wait on that because that's still drying a little bit, as you can see. So that's the next step. So I just finished applying the first coat of our teak oil, and don't worry about the results, because we're going to put 2, maybe even 3 if we need it, coats on as required. So I don't expect to see a perfect topping at this point, but and it's also wet. So we're going to let it dry probably overnight. Don't touch it, don't put anything on it. The other thing to be real careful with is brush hairs from the brush. You don't want them sticking in there, because it's like you'll be cementing them in with the teak oil if you don't get them off. So I just took a Scott towel, wet one, and just lightly damped and paintbrush back over it if I had to. I also decided, well, let's go ahead and see what's going to do the wood, and it did darken up the wood here. And I did it on the front side wood too, and I think it looks better than not. So I'll continue on with that as well. So this section is on its way. We're going to take a break and see you tomorrow. Picking up where I left off, I finished the first coat onto here. I went ahead and cleaned off all the rest, but look how dull it looks. I spent the last couple of hours doing all of it, even that each part up here. took off the microwave, did that part up there. So you can see at a glance, just looking down there, which one's which. One looks like it's got water on top, and the other one hasn't been done yet. So we're ready for our first coat, and hopefully all of this will look like that in just a few minutes. And then we definitely got to let it all sit. No kitchen overnight. Okay, it's day 2 of the refurbishing of the terracotta top, and this is 2 coats on here right now, and it's in its last stages of drying. It's dried to the touch, but I'm going to leave it overnight, and then I might put one more on it. It does look a lot more impressionable with it than without it. I think it looks nice. It gives it that shine look. So the longer I let it dry and one more coat, the more durable it'll be. So the next thing is to light coating over the cabinets, but that's going to be a different story. We noticed today, me and my nephew helped me out, that there's a bunch of poorly done, nail coal covers that are showing up all around. But this is a rustic look. It's supposed to be, barn tore down, refurbished type thing in the jiggy. So I don't know what I'm going to do there. But I think the cabinets could use just a little luster of maybe a polishing cloth portion of the same teak oil. And then I'm getting geared up to do this last little area that's over by the refrigerator right here. And again, that's what it used to look like, the dull, worn look of one's grabbing in, to a more a cleaner look to it. So I'm happy. So far, happy. All right, 3 days later, and 3 coats of the teak oil, and letting it dry each coat for a good 24-hour notice. And it's all dry right now, and I put it all back together, but it is shining. I've got just paper towels underneath them for right now in case there's any residual settling or anything that I wasn't aware of. I don't want to leave a circle or anything, you know what I'm saying? So the normal junk that I put up there is back up there. So life is back to normal. We can cook again, and it's got a nice sheen, clean look to it. It should last us for a while.